at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
.3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Prime News. We're broadcasting live from our studios at Adabraka here in Accra. Coming up in the bulletin, Interior Ministry orders probe into allegations of assassination attempt of Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabin. Also in the bulletin, final year students of George Penny Senior High School pregnant after alleged rape involving headmaster of the school, who has now been asked to step aside by the Ghana Education Service.
Pregnancy testimony.
The pregnancy test turned out positive and he asked that I commit an abortion. He said if I don't go ahead with the abortion, he will kill me.
Still on the Citi Prime News, High Court dismisses Chairman Wuntumi's application for further disclosures from prosecution in his ongoing trial of unlawfully permitting mining on his Samraboy concession. Meanwhile, President Mahama has been urged to take a tougher stance on Galamsey as National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat alleges political interference.
I expect the president to come out and say that he doesn't care who is involved. Whoever is involved will be dealt with. Whether the person is a minister, a parliamentarian, a chief, it doesn't matter who you are.
And later in politics, New Patriotic Party welcomes former President Kufuor's criticism of the erstwhile Akufo-Addo government as the party continues to rebuild following the election 2024 defeat.
We have mitigating measures that have been given us by him, but we have made this one public, and I think that the party is taking it in good faith, and that the party is already begun dealing with most of these particular matters.
All that and more coming up on the Citi Prime News, which is live from our studios here in Adabraka in Accra. Around the world, the news can be heard on citinewsroom.com and on our affiliates here in country. In the Western region, we're on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky Power 93.5 FM, both in Takrady. In the Bono region, we're on J-Live 95.5 FM in Sunya. In the Ashanti region, we're on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajevu.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
I am Charles Osukumi, grateful to you this afternoon. Let us now get into the details of the bulletin. The Ministry of the Interior has launched a full-scale investigation into claims that Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabin survived 2 assassination attempts while carrying out his duties. The directive comes after Mr. Samuel Apiadakom, Director of Strategy Research and Communications at the Office of the Special Prosecutor, disclosed the alleged assassination attempts during an appearance on Newsfile, a television program aired in Accra on December 6. According to a statement issued by the ministry, preliminary engagement with the special prosecutor confirmed that the alleged attempts on his life occurred before 2025. However, the ministry notes that no police station or state security agency has any record of reported threats against him. Despite this, officials emphasized that crime does not expire and that the matter warrants immediate, thorough scrutiny. Away from that, former Chief Executive Officer of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, Abdul Wahab Hanan, has asked the High Court to review and overturn a freezing order placed on 4 properties linked to him. He argues that the Economic and Organized Crime Office acted in error and wrongly included assets he either acquired before his appointment or does not own. He further contends that the order was obtained ex parte, contrary to his constitutional right to be heard. The High Court is expected to hear the motion on December 18, 2025. Still with the court, the High Court in Accra has varied the bail conditions of Bernard Enchibuesiakum, known as Chairman Wuntumi, who is on trial for allegedly permitting illegal mining on his Samraboy concession. The judge said the investigator repeatedly failed to submit required reports on whether the accused remained within their jurisdiction, prompting the court's intervention. Rather than tighten restrictions, the court adjusted the reporting requirements. Chairman Wontumi and 2 others are facing charges under Section 14 of the Minerals and Mining Act. Let's move away from the court. The headmaster of George Penny Senior High School, Joshua Vidro, has been directed by the Ghana Education Service to step aside after a final year student reported he impregnated her. A second student has also lodged a complaint about inappropriate conduct. The GES says the interdiction is to protect the integrity of the ongoing investigations. The Ketu North Municipal Director of Education has taken over school administration, while Mr. Vidro has been ordered to stay available for inquiries and avoid contact with the students involved. One of the victims spoke in an interview with Citi News. We'll have that interview for you later on the Citi Prime News, but away from that, the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTAC, says its nationwide strike remains in force. This is despite a request from the Education Ministry for the action to be suspended while the government works to address their concerns. CTAC began the strike on November 24, accusing the government of failing to fully implement the National Labour Commission's 2023 Arbitral Award. President of SIGAG, Maxwell Bono, tells Citi News the association has had no further engagement from the ministry and insists the strike will continue until a final resolution is reached.
CITA members are still currently on strike because all the issues that we outlined at the very beginning have not been resolved, and that's the council's decision. Well, since the last time we met the minister, there has not been any meeting with the ministry again. The minister has indicated that we should be given 3 weeks to resolve the matter. So the council also resolved that we have to wait and that they were not going to call off the strike because of the past happenings where promises have been made and yet they have not lived up to expectation. So council has resolved that the strike members continue to be on strike until all the issues have been resolved.
There was President of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, Maxwell Bono. Still on education, the University of Ghana has formed a committee to address concerns raised by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission about 6 University of Ghana learning centers operating without accreditation. GTEC warned that certificates issued through the centers would not be recognized, but the Universities of Ghana's Director of Public Affairs, Dr. Elesia Taiba Amiao Brunya, says the centers are only used for training, stressing that all formal certificates are issued directly by the university.
The centers have been in existence for so many years now. UG has had about, when we had 10 regions, we had 10, like a center in each region. Recently, GTEC went around to inspect the centers, and they said about 6 of the centers are not up to their standard. That's what is happening. So they raised concerns, but the management of the university, together with the College of Education, has taken all the concerns that GTEC has raised into consideration, and they've set up a committee. Preparations are being made, the necessary arrangements are being made to fix all the problems that have been identified, so that the centers will come up to speed with what GTEC expects. And we've used them to train students and awarded them certificates for so many years. You know, it's not the centers that award certificates. It's the University of Ghana that awards certificates. The people are only trained in the centers, and at the end of the day, we award them certificates. So we have other centers where we can accommodate our students, train them, and award them University of Ghana certificates. Meanwhile, we'll be working on the centers that GTEC has raised concerns about.
Voice of Director of Public Affairs at the University of Ghana, Dr. Elesia Taiba Amiao Brunya. Away from that, the Bono Regional Command has arrested several suspects believed to be involved in various criminal activities across the region. The arrests were made during intelligence-led operations. Bono Regional Police Commander DCOP Joshua Cobson says the suspects are assisting investigations as efforts intensify to clamp down on crime.
The Bono Regional Police Command, in a sustained intelligence-led operation, has arrested and put before the court several members of criminal gangs who have been involved in a series of robberies and other crime-related activities within the region and its surrounding communities. The suspects arrested in the course of the operations are Johnson and Ponsan Kwame Diowu, an ex-convict, age 47 years. Shadrach Owusu, also known as Shak, age 25 years. Kwafu Samuel, an ex-convict, age 30 years. Latif Mustafa, also known as Starboy, age 28 years. Mosby Owusu, age 20 years. Kofi Idrissa, age 45 years. Kwabena Agon Azubila Akolote, age 18 years. And Baba Kumi Foster, age 35 years.
Now, DCOP Joshua Cobson also appealed to the inhabitants of the Bono region to furnish the police with information on crime to help flush out criminals from the region.
We have always said that the police alone cannot do all. We need the public to support us to be able to achieve the success story we all want. For us, once you bring the information, we will definitely shield you. In fact, in most of the time, the problem comes from the civilians themselves. And there is one we're working on now, where somebody decided to just take a picture of somebody and going around showing to friends, Mama Yacheno, Mama Yacheno. Was it the police? In fact, we didn't even know her because we got a person through different angle. And then later, she comes telling us that after giving the information, she's being tracked.
That was the Bono Regional Police Commander, DCOP Joshua Cobson. Still on security matters, security analyst Dr. Emmanuel Sowate is urging African governments to place citizens' interests above all else. His comments follows an attempted coup in Benin, where soldiers reportedly announced the suspension of the constitution amid gunfire near President Patrice Talon's residence. Speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show, Dr. Sowate says while coups have many triggers, one key lesson for Ghana is to avoid leadership decisions driven by selfish interests that impoverish citizens.
And so the lesson for Ghana is that starting from the political elite, the ruling elite, it's not only politicians who, when you go to military, the top guys in the military, some of the properties they have, it is in our interest. And I'm one of them who, I don't remove myself. I know when there's a coup, I'll be potential challenge because of my status. I have a 4x4. I was using a Mercedes. I have a Honda. You understand? But then people will not know that I was working in an international organization and brought my money here. No, everybody is first of all a legitimate target. And so what Ghana can do and Ghana should do is that I think the best way of avoiding coup is understanding that I'm repeating myself more than 10 times in a minute, that the interest of the ordinary person, the well-being, security, the life and livelihood, Africa have the most full population. That is our strength. I think that is the way at that basic level, at that granular level.
Voice of security analyst Dr. Emmanuel Sowate speaking earlier on the Citi Breakfast Show about some reported coup that happened in Benin. Now, I told you about the headmaster of Doje Penny Senior High School who has been asked to step aside after allegedly raping and impregnating a final year student of the school. Now, the student, she has been speaking. Let's listen to her.
Last week, Saturday, I'm by the hospital.
Last week, I was not feeling well, so I went to the hospital to run a pregnancy test and it was confirmed positive. I informed him and he threatened me, saying, if I do not terminate the pregnancy, he will kill me. 2 others were also said to have been pregnant for him, where one of them is 14 years.
couvre vidéo bien monata et à me ver test à un caillou de niveau flashing. You
had a final year student of Georgia Penny's SHS alleging that the headmaster of the school has impregnated her. You're still listening to the City Prime News here on 97.3 City FM, coming to you live from our studio in Adabraka here in Accra. In the northern region, the news is live on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. In the Upper East region, we're on Tanga 93.7 FM in Bolga and Pure 100.5 FM in Navrongo. In the Upper West region, we're on Tunsong 97.3 FM in Wa and Drapa 96.1 FM. Still ahead in the bulletin, New Patriotic Party welcomes former President Kufuor's criticism of the erstwhile Akufo-Addo government as the party continues to rebuild following the election 2024 defeat. We have details in a bit. Please stay with us.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
This Christmas Eve, skip the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. Welcome to the Situation All White Party 2025, where the music never stops, the energy never drops, and the fun never ends. Celebrating grand style with great music, irresistible food, and an atmosphere that screams good vibes only. Date 24th December 2025. Venue Good Park near the Accra Mall. Time 8 p.m. till late. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Get ready for electrifying live performances from Kofi Kinata, Perez Music, Inchin Chin Band, and DJ Mingle. Wear your best all-white fit. Bring your dancing shoes and let's light up the night together. Book your tables now. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973. It's Christmas Eve. Don't miss it. The Situation All White Party 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Bethel Logistics, and Hallmark Cafe, and supported by Oswald Investments Limited.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community go win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. This is the City Prime News on 97.3 City FM. I am Charles Osukumi. Let's now focus on the New Patriotic Party. The party says it welcomes recent criticisms from former President John Agyekum Kufuor regarding the leadership style of former President Nana Akufo-Addo. This follows comments by former President Kufuor suggesting that some decisions and policy directions under the Akufo-Addo administration sidelined him and contributed to the party's heavy defeat in the last general elections. Reacting to these concerns of the former president, Deputy General Secretary of the party, Haruna Mohammed, says the party takes the former president's observation seriously. He notes that the party values former President Kufuor's statesmanship and will ensure all recommendations provided by him are put to good use.
I think the former president, before he said it outside, he has said it to us inside. And like I said, he's one of those that were spoken to during Professor Michael Quay's committee setting. And President Kufuor was one of the pillars that has spoken And then again, President Kufuor is one of the key advisors and strong members of the party who are the very basic foundations that we dealt with. So before he speaks publicly, some of these particular points have been made known to the party, and we fully agree with him. He has also given us remedies in terms of how we should be able to mitigate some of these particular matters when it comes up. So we have mitigating measures that have been given us by him, but he has made this one public, and I think that the party is taking it in good faith, and the party is already begun dealing with most of these particular matters. We're just waiting for us to get the next flag bearer, and then everything will be streamlined.
You heard the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Haruna Mohammed. Away from the NPP, the Ghana Immigration Service Council says it is committed to working closely with the Comptroller General and the Interior Ministry to strengthen discipline within the service. During a visit to the Greater Accra Regional Command, council members met officers to discuss challenges facing the Ghana Immigration Service. Chairman of the Immigration Service Council, Reverend Stephen Wengam, advised personnel to maintain professionalism and use available resources effectively to deliver their duties diligently and uphold the service's integrity.
Let's make do with what is available. When authorities realize that even with the little, you are doing wonders with it, it motivates them to give us more. So please cooperate with your leaders, be very, very professional. That is the main thing. And now there are no jobs. So if you get one, you have to keep it. And this council is determined to work with CG to sanitize the system, to also ensure there is discipline and then professionalism. So please be encouraged. We are here to find out what your challenges are, so we can do our best to see how we can, with our sector ministry, see how we can resolve them.
Voice of the Chairman of the Immigration Service Council, Reverend Stephen Wengam. Now, environmental advocacy group Eco-Conscious Citizens is urging President Mahama to take a tougher stance against illegal mining. Now, this follows revelations from the National Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force, NIMOS, that its operations are being obstructed by interference from influential individuals, including chiefs and politicians. Executive Director of the group, Aula Sewa, says the revelation from NIMOS aligns with long-standing concerns raised by civil society and is calling on the president to clamp down on political actors hindering efforts to addressing illegal mining.
I expect the president to come out and say that he doesn't care who is involved. Whoever is involved will be dealt with. Whether the person is a minister, a parliamentarian, a chief, it doesn't matter who you are. Whether somebody who finances the party, it doesn't matter. You'll be dealt with. And I expect him to start telling us what is the situation with the persons who have been already reported as being complicit, as being involved in irresponsible mining. He needs to make us see that action is being taken. People are tired of the talk. People want to see action. We are in December. Today, I believe, is the 8th of December. So we're going to end 2025 without much having been done where it comes to the most important issue facing Ghanaians, the existential threat we face. I've been saying that we're on the verge of an ecological catastrophe. The president himself admitted that we face a national emergency. But what is being done? We will not even call a targeted state of emergency. The president needs to come out and make it clear that the resources that NIMOS need to be given to them, and we will be tackling the fires simultaneously, because we are going to have the full support of the Ghana Armed Forces, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, all our security agencies, the police, and we are going to seriously tackle this matter.
Executive Director of Environmental Advocacy Group Eco-Conscious Citizens, Aula Sewa, speaking. Away from that, members of the Technical University Seniors Administrators Association of Ghana, TUSAG, at the Kumasi Technical University remain at home, with leadership indicating that the government has yet to engage them since their strike began. TUSAG declared a nationwide strike on Tuesday, December 2, over the government's failure to pay their one-time research allowance, which has been outstanding for nearly 17 months, despite an agreement reached on July 10, 2024. Now, speaking to Citi News, the local TUSAG chairman, Akwesi Safo Ajiman, said although the university administration has reported the severe impacts of their absence, the members remain firm and will not resume their duties until the allowances is fully paid.
The members, they are all home. Nobody is at post. There has not been any engagement yet, but as we always say, until our demands are met, we are not coming back to work. So we will only be coming back to work when our demands are met. Because we play a pivotal role in the administrative setup of the school. And once we are not there, it will have a direct effect on the activities. So yeah, there has been some calls, but there's nothing that they can do about it, since this is a legal strike, and it is only the government that can do his part so that we can come back to work. The government should make sure that he does the needful by paying the one-time research allowance to the TUSAG membership so that we can come back to work.
You heard the local chairman of the Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana at the Kumasi Technical University, Akwesi Safo Ajiman. Now, the Member of Parliament for Yendi, Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan, has applauded ECOWAS for what he calls an unusually swift and decisive response to the political unrest in Benin. He believes the rapid intervention sends a strong message against unconstitutional changes of government in the region. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily, Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan says the bloc's prompt action marks a shift from its typical approach of issuing statements without firm follow-through.
To some extent, this time around, they have acted timeously. I think so. In fact, when it happened, when it happened, I was following it, and I saw a statement from ECOWAS which was condemning it. I said, yes. As usual, we are doing the same thing. We'll condemn.
That was the first one.
Yes, we always condemn and allow things to be. So it's like, I'll take over. All you can do is to condemn. But now with the way they are acting, it means they can really bite, and that is good for our democracy. I think we should not leave room for people who have this mindset to find any space to act. Even when they succeed in taking, we should be strong enough to let them move away from that system and bring back democracy in the shortest possible time. Otherwise, once they succeed and then you allow them to be there forever, it means that it tells everybody that you have to. Once you succeed, you can have your way through. So we'll commend ECOWAS for that swift intervention, and we'll urge that they do that at all times and not just sit back and bring out statements condemning it. That is what everybody will do.
That was the Member of Parliament for Yendi, Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan. Let's now head up north. Some chiefs in the Pandai constituency in the northern region say they do not support the court's decision ordering a rerun of the parliamentary elections in the area. They argue that a fresh election could disturb the peace in the constituency and are urging stakeholders to respect the will of the people by allowing Matthew Nyindam to remain as MP. The chiefs also appealed to George Nsala to let peace prevail and consider contesting in the next elections instead. Their concerns were outlined at a press conference in Pandai, where Nana Nkpajato, chief of Brahai, read the statements on behalf of the traditional leaders.
Ijumburu chiefs, Konkomba chiefs, Basari chiefs, Kotokoli chiefs, Chogosi chiefs, and sub-chiefs of Pandai districts have gathered here today to express our deep concern about the recent development in our constituency following the Tamale High Court ruling in the case between Honorable Daniel Nsala Wapara and Honorable Matthew Nyindam, Member of Parliament for Pandai. We are disturbed and worried by the information that we are hearing from social media and the negative comment from individuals in our communities, accompanied with growing tensions and uncertainty on what will be the outcome from this negative comment and reactions. We, the chiefs, respectfully are calling on the President and all stakeholders to ensure that the will of the people of Pandai constituency is duly respected regarding the 2024 parliamentary elections. We and our subject gathered here today are a mix of sympathizers of both NDC and MPP and would want to live in peace And so we say, no rape run in our constituency.
Nana Mpajato, the chief of Brazai, reading a statement on behalf of the chiefs in Panda in the northern region. Well, that'll be all for this edition of the City Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka here in Accra. For more news, log on to our website, citynewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for your time.
City News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.